I think if Europe, as it should have, offered the Jews a state on half of Germany, I would be the greatest supporter of this idea. I think that would be a real good compensation for centuries of anti-Semitism and the Holocaust. Building a Jewish state at the expense of people who had nothing to do with European anti-Semitism, that could only be built by dispossessing the indigenous people, was a very bad idea. But it already happened, so we have to deal with it as a fait accompli, but we're talking about historically. So Israel legally is of course, a legal state because the United Nations recognizes it as such. Is it a legitimate state? That's a different question. And even more important is to look at legitimacy as something that is not just a statement. It is something that you have to gain in order to survive. It's not legitimate in the eyes of the people it dispossessed and now genocides. It's not legitimate in the eyes of the region into which it invaded. And it is very legitimate in the eyes of the West. That creates a huge problem that has to be solved in the future. Will not be enough to sustain Israel. So I think the question is far more complex than just does it have the right to exist and so on. So yes, Jews, if they want to define, I'm as a Jew don't feel that I'm a Jew by nationalism. I think I'm Jewish is my heritage. Part of my family is religious, part of it is not religious. I don't regard myself as belonging to the Jewish nation. But people are entitled to define themselves as nation, you know. If penguins in Greenland want to be a nation, we won't deny them the right to be a nation. The question is, what is the price of this definition? So the problem is less about the right to be defined as a nation, much more what does it entail in order to make it a reality.